Hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
my name is Joshua Thomas Fraser. You can call me Mr. Fraser.
Okay, Mr. Fraser. What is your goal for teaching a technology class?
Well, I want you to build some Web 2.0 skills, but my real main goal for that class is to learn some research skills dealing with technology, a cycle that you can use in many different activities and specifically many different projects throughout high school.
How do you think your lessons will benefit your students?
Well, the cycle that we're using to research can be applied to many different things. It can be applied to your real life, and most importantly, I think a lot of the professions that you will go into, you can use this research cycle, similar to the scientific method, for that profession, and you will be successful using it. Well, I used, if you remember last year, I used a lot of technology in humanities, and I think the school saw that I was using a lot of technology, and they really wanted me to bring those skills to a class specifically. And so they asked me if I would do it for a year, and I said I would be more than happy. So for now I'm doing it for a year. I might do it for another year afterwards.
Do you think people are using technology wrong? Why?
I wouldn't say wrong. I think they're using it based on where they're at. We've become so inundated, or we have so much technology at our hands that I think we're not necessarily learning how to use them as quickly as we get them. So that can be a problem. However, I think your generation is really smart with technology. So if you learn a couple skills, a couple positive habits using technology, we're looking good in the long run.
What is one of your weaknesses of teaching technology class, and how are you improving it?
Specific technology skills. My basic foundation level for technology is very minimal compared to most technology teachers, because I am a social studies or humanities teacher at heart. And so when it comes to the actual technology skills, I've just learned those through trial and error and through my own experiences. I've never actually been fully trained. I've gone to some trainings, but not to the extent that a normal technology teacher would be trained. So that's a weakness that I can only get better from practicing. I know my students are learning by the tasks that we have in class. When I look at them, if they're learning, then they are either on track or ahead. And if they're not, you can see it in their work. So when you post something to your page, first of all, if you don't post anything, I can tell you're not learning, or else you're confused on how to post it. Second thing is, once you post, I can read them and see if you are learning. And if you're not, then I can give you steps to help you learn. Well, we have a wiki, and each of you have a page. So when you are on your wiki page and I ask you to complete an assignment, instead of turning it in paper, you go onto your page and you click edit, and you are able to post the assignment by typing it or by uploading a document to your page, similar to the way you would upload a document to an email. Successful lesson I've ever had. That's a tough question.
So far.
I don't know. Wow. There's so many. No, I'm trying to think. I think the most successful lesson, I couldn't say off the top of my head which one was the most successful, but I would say it was probably one that just happened out of thin air, meaning I had something planned, but because of the discussion or ideas that came up in class from you and your fellow 8th grade students, we ran with those questions and those ideas, and it just took over the class. I don't know if any of those ideas pop in, but I know that happens about once every month or so. Something like that will happen where it just takes over what I had planned. That would be probably the most successful lessons. If a lesson does not go well, I look to see at why, and I look to see who. If it's a majority of the class, then I first look at myself and say, okay, do I need to reteach? What did I do that forced the whole class not to learn? Because usually when a lesson doesn't go well, most students don't learn. If it's only a few, then I look at what are some things that I can give them to catch those students up for the rest of the class. What do I like most about my job? There's so many different things. I would say, the subject is really important, but as I teach, I've taught every grade level here at Brooklyn Center, and I've taught in your 8th grade class. This is almost a year and a half now, and I think it is the students. The students are what give me energy when I hear you all coming down the hallway, like 6:55, and it's a parade of students an hour before school starts. I might complain that you're loud, but that's really what gives me the energy. is the students that I get to speak with, learn from. I learn more from you than you all learn from me. That's where I get my energy. That's why I love my job. I want to thank you so much for all. No, I'm just kidding.